Wow. Want to get this news in, though, before we go to that panel. There is backlash developing today against an effort to free an unrepentant lawyer convicted of helping a terrorist spread his message of violence. A terrorist who was behind the 1993 World Trade Center bombing, which you're seeing video of here, the aftermath. That's Lynn Stewart on the left side, on the right side of your screen. She once represented the blind sheikh, Sheikh Omar Abdel Rahman. This is the guy who they protest about over in Egypt. They want him released, too. Well, he's serving a life sentence for conspiracy to commit terrorism linked to that 93 bombing of the World Trade Center. And his lawyer is also serving a 10-year sentence because she was convicted of smuggling his coded message out to other terrorists, directly defying a court order that barred him from communicating with the outside world. She was sentenced to 10 years for her crimes. And now her supporters are demanding that she be freed based on grounds of mercy because she's been diagnosed with an advanced stage of breast cancer. Michelle Malkin is a Fox News contributor. She's the one that tipped us off to the story, and she says Stewart should serve her full sentence. Michelle, before we get to Stewart, do you believe this breaking news we just got on these McConnell tape recordings?
Yeah, WOW, all in big Armageddon-sized font there. It was very compelling, your interview just now. And I think what we're seeing is an attempt by these local Democratic officials to throw their liberal progressive cronies under the bus. And groups like this, Super PAC, Progress Kentucky, at the federal level, you look at how incestuous the links are between partisan Democrats and these operatives who have been tied to very sordid activities. I mean, in the past, very recent past, as Senator McConnell mentioned, this group, Progress Kentucky, has been named as the same smear mongers who went after his wife, the distinguished former government official Elaine Chao, over her ethnicity. And so the credibility of all of these actors, I think, really has to be held in question and under scrutiny, particularly the story that your guest was spinning, that somehow this was not Watergate style because it was recorded in a hallway.
Yeah, I mean, that will not help with the FBI's possible charges. I mean, if no party to the conversation has consented, you've broken the law. That's clear. We're going to talk about it with Brad Woodhouse from the DNC, who's here right after you. But I do want to get you to comment on Lynn Stewart. You wrote a scathing column about this, and let me just tee it up from her perspective. Her supporters say, look, this is what they say. She devoted her life to helping the underprivileged, defendants who nobody wanted to represent. That's what she did in this case. The original judge gave her a 28-month sentence, and then the Second Circuit Court of Appeals stepped in and said, you got to raise that. She deserves more. And now 10 years has become a death sentence for this person because she's got stage 4 breast cancer. And you say what?
I say cry me a river. I say that this terrorist enabler and messenger gal for jihadists who've been responsible for the deaths of innocent people, not just in America, but around the world, this woman made her prison bed, and she needs to lie in it. And yes, sorry to sound so heartless, but die in it, because the sentence that she received, the 10-year sentence for helping the blind sheikh smuggle out fatwas that resulted in more violence and terrorism, it does not deserve even a modicum or an iota of mercy.
They say that this
particularly given her lack of remorse for everything that she's done.
She's not sorry at all. No, she's not sorry at all. And that's what the Second Circuit, not a left-leaning court, pointed out. They call this the bureaucratic murder of Lynn Stewart, saying she's been given the death penalty instead of 10 years. Let me ask you this, Michelle. Is there any chance you think she's going to get out on grounds of mercy? I know you don't want it. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, I'm very concerned about that. I think that we've receded in our vigilance against these enemies. She is a treacherous enemy of this country. People need to remember and know what she's responsible for doing, because the left has been agitating for her release and freedom now, along with, coinciding with the global lobbying to release the blind sheikh that we also have to be vigilant against as well.
We've been seeing that a lot, Michelle.
Never forget.
Michelle, thank you for being here, and thank you for your comments on the breaking news. Up next.
You bet.